Hello, dear friends. This is the fourth video. As you remember, in the third video, we asked you a question. When we are going to type, and after typing, in the third video, we learned that when we are starting a new document, it is better to rename it. But after that, we start typing. And our question in the third video was that, what should we do? It is much better. First, we type our text, then format it, or step by step when we are writing. For example, when I'm writing my name is John, if I want to make it bold, I can click and make it bold. For example, something, change the color, step by step go. Which one is better? And my answer is that it is better. I make it undo. It is better to type the whole text that you want, your resume, everything, and at the end you can come easily format it, change the color, anything that you want. So this is my recommendation. Now I click on enter and go to the next paragraph and continue typing my text. Because I have typed it before, I using Control V, Control the shortcut, Control V, or edit paste. You see, paste. And here when I paste, we have two pastes. One is paste, another paste without formatting. If you copied a text from internet or other document, it has a kind of formats. If you want only the text without any formatting, for example, changing the color, font size, you can use this and it will paste it here like this, only the text. But anyway, I use paste because it is typed here. And as you see, I have written second paragraph, third paragraph, and some titles, for example, course view, and other titles, some subtitles, something that we are going to work on how we use these tools. So in this session, we are going to use how we can use these all tools here, the toolbars, format our text. Pay attention. To format a text, for example, the word, for example, John Smith, you should first select it, then you can click on them. To select a word or sentence by using mouse, you can click before it, and by keeping the left button of the mouse and dragging it, drag it, you see it is highlighted, John Smith. Then release the button, it is selected. Then you can change the font size, or for example, make it bigger or make it bold, change the color, click here, change its color for it. If you done it, then click outside. If I click outside, it is formatted like this. Pay attention. Again, for example, I want to Google Docs, I want to format it in a red color. How? I can use mouse by clicking on the first, then dragging and selecting. After selecting, I can clicking on, for example, the font size or making it bold and change the color to red. And if it is okay, I can click outside. It is done and formatted. Another way is using keyboard. For example, now I am going to go to digital skills and change it. Okay, my cursor is in teaching. On keyboard, I use arrow keys, go down, then use arrow key, go to, now I am using only keyboards, go to digital skills, arrow key. Now I'm going to select digital skills. To select with keyboards, I should keep shift, push the shift key, and then with arrow key, I go forward. Okay, now it is selected. Now I can use shortcuts with the keyboard to change, for example, the font size. You see here it is 11. If I go to plus sign, it gives the shortcut, as you see, Control Shift and plus dot. You see here, Control Shift and dot. And for minus, Control Shift and comma. So now if I'm going to use mouse, I can click here plus sign. It is 12. If I'm going to make it 14, I can on the keyboard, I can use Control Shift and dot. You see it is 13. Again, I keep Control Shift and only push dot. Okay, it makes 16, 17. And if I want to make it smaller, Control Shift and comma. You see it is 18, 17, 16, 14. It is, for example, 14 is good. And so I can use shortcuts by using, for example, I want to make it bold. Instead of clicking on B, Control B. This is the shortcut. In the index of these videos, at the end of the videos, I will have a video for shortcuts. Okay, now if I use, instead of clicking on bold, if I Control B, it makes it bold. And for italic, if I want to make it italic, for example, I Google Docs. If I want to select it by keyboard, keep shift and arrow key, okay, Google Docs. And I want to make it, for example, italic. I keep on Control and I. It makes it italic. And if I want to make it underline, I can keep Control and U. It makes it underline, as you see. And to exit from this environment, when I click on arrow key, it will go other way. Then using arrow key, I can go up, down, everywhere. Even to select the whole text, if I want to select all the whole text and change them, okay, I can use shortcut Control A. Control A. It selects the whole text. Then I can come here and, for example, write 11, the whole, and make all of them, for example, with the same font Arial. I click Arial. And the color, if I want to change all the color to black, I can change them black because I have changed them. And even I don't want these formats, I can click underline. You see, all of them will gone, and also italic, all of them will gone, and bold, all of them, and all. But I made a mistake. I want to return it. I can use undo. When I undo, it goes step by step. You can see here, undo, 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 because I want you to see it. Undo. You see, it will keep it like this. And for undo, I can use Control Z. So we have two saving shortcuts. One of them is Control Z, another is Control Y. Undo, and they are lifesavers. When you made a mistake, for example, I click here and delete it. Oh my God, what I have done. Okay, until, pay attention, until you haven't closed. If you close it, you cannot return. But when you are working, you made a mistake, very quickly use Control Z. When I use Control Z, it comes back. So Control Z. For example, I select this, and by mistake, I make it red, all of them. Oh my God, I have done a big mistake. So I can click on undo, pay attention, on undo. And it will goes to previous version. And no, it was good. I made a mistake. I want to make it red again. I can use what? Redo. Redo goes back again. So these are the keywords. For example, I make a mistake and push the letter A because it was selected. Pay attention. I will Control Z. Pay attention. When you by mistake select a text and by mistake click a word or backspace delete, I click on A, it will go away and replace it, insert it. Okay. If you made such a big mistake, no problem. If you haven't closed the document very quickly, you can undo. Click undo and it will be undo, or Control Z. So you can use the shortcut Control Z. Now, if I want to select the whole text and make them black, instead of, pay attention, instead of Control A, I can click and drag. Click here at the first, by mouse, click and drag until here, then go here and select the text. Okay, and I will have the text that I wanted. Now I want to make it blue. I can select and make it blue. If this one I want to not underline, I can click it and click again on the underline. It will goes away because I didn't even italic. I don't want it, but I want to cut the color to the red. I can click it. So this is the way that you can use these formats. The first thing is selecting. So select a word, double click it, select the whole paragraph 3 times, click 3 times, pay attention. If you click 2 times, select the word. 3 times, it will select the paragraph, second paragraph. I can select it. Okay, you see, if you want to select the whole text, you can use Control A or click and drag, select the whole text, and then, for example, do anything that for the whole text. So in this session, you learned that to do any format, you should first select even the letter. For example, I want to change only this Google G, make it bold, make it larger, only the word. I can select it and then the dot. But here it is better to learn another thing. When I done this and I have want to do the same format for this one, instead of clicking this and doing the same, there is a nice button. It is called paint format. What it means? When I have for example, I made it red, okay, and make it bigger like this. I want the dots be similar to this one, the dots. I can, after formatting, I can select this. When I select it, if I click once on it, then I click and drag D, you see, D, and release my mouse, it will have the same format. It is not necessary to do this. Again, for example, for ground up here, I can select this, then click once. When I click once, I can click this G and it will be the same format. It is very useful for formatting. But if I want, pay attention, to use more than once, here, pay attention, any of them when I choose. Instead of once, you should click on 2 times, 1, 2, continuously 2 times. Now, everywhere I can, for example, digital D, select skill C, You see the format. The mouse is changed to format. This one G, this one D. Even the whole text. For example, I click here, all the whole text. The click here, it will have the same format that I have used. For example, this one, the same format. So one of the best useful buttons is Format Painter. What it does, it gets the format. It means the color, bold, italic, and for example, the font size, the font type, this kind. Okay, activities that we have done, and you can do it for other items that you are going to check. But it was a practice. I want to leave it because when I click here, it does everything. When I click here, and it messes my document. So how can I release it? You should click on it once and it will be released. Now, if you click anywhere, it is not. Now I want to undo the messy parts. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I do, or I can use undo, 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 undo until it goes here. Because I didn't want like this, only it was for practicing. Or redo. It comes back everything. Okay, it was okay because I want it. You can learn another thing. You can select, instead of doing this, you can use this clear formatting. When I click on this clear formatting, it clears the format, all of them, even digital skills, blue color, John Smith. So select all because I want to clear all the formats. Clear here. This is exactly vice versa, this page format. Clear here. And as you see, it clears all the formatting. It keeps only the text, nothing else. I don't have any bold, any change of the size. Clear all the format. So you have learned how to use paint format and also clear formatting in this session. And how to select a word to format or a paragraph. If I click 3 times, click a paragraph, I can select it. For example, make it bigger or make the whole text bold or center it, something like this. Or for example, justify anything that I want. If I click outside, it is the way that we use these tools. Selecting is very important by mouse and keyboard. In the next video, we are going to learn how to format professionally this text exactly using these tools.